listeners, welcome back to my podcast. So today's topic, it's something that most of the PhD scholars or academicians don't discuss. Do you know what it is? Basically the rejection letter. So sometimes there'll be an email that's been popped up in your mail saying that this I'm sorry to inform that this particular manuscript has been rejected due to this various reasons. So we get disheartened, we get very much disappointed. So in this video, I'm going to explain or I'm going to teach you how to face the rejection and how to handle it like pro. One, the cool down period. So when you receive a mail saying that your manuscript has been rejected owing to due to many reasons, so first one is don't reply immediately. Instead, cool yourself down and let your emotions fade away, and then take maybe after reply after 2 3 days. So don't get disheartened if the reviewer or say if the major reviewer says that your methodology is not good enough. So that means your writing skill is not good enough. So generally, whatever the manuscript is, you have to make sure that you explain in common layman terms, which is very important. So for example, I'm from humanities background. I'm from economics. If I'm not able to understand what an engineering student, that is a PhD scholar, has written in the paper, then it doesn't make sense. So goes with the same with the economics, isn't it? So make sure your manuscript is written in common layman terms so that anyone that who reads a paper can understand. So this is one. So this is called as the cool down period. The most important, the action plan. Fix all the typos. So for example, so generally in the reviewer section, there'll be major revision, there'll be minor revision. So if it's minor revision, then it's well good enough. That means you have to make sure the typing errors, the formatting, the referencing style, which is very important. So use Zotero or Mentally Desktop that can help you out to make sure your references are being arranged in perfectly, that is according alphabetically. Index citation, check index citation, and check the grammar that you've been using, and check your writing style whether it's an academic, not non-professional. Okay, so these are the small errors that you can check. So if in case if the errors are big, say that methodology section has to be improved or the data has to be improved. So what I generally do is I ask the experts, that is who has better knowledge, who specialist in that field, who can give you some tips about the method. So before sending a manuscript, I generally do that. I ask the experts' help so that the comments can be sometimes not as good as how you think. So always make sure have an open mind, get constructive feedback, rework on the paper. So this is what you can do. Next is how do you reply to the reviewers, which is very important. Make sure your feedback that you give should be constructive, brief, and concise. So when they say that the data that why did you choose only 250 sample size, why didn't you go for a 500 sample size? So these are the questions that they can raise. So how will you answer? So you need an evidence to back up the data. So that is what you do. That's what I said. You have to give an evidence solid argument, but don't be harsh. Use it, be very plain, use a very simple language to counter argue their argument, which is very important, and be very polite. Generally you have to say thank you for the feedback for every reviewer's comment, and then you have to reply to them, which is very very important. Okay, and we'll use the feedback constructively. Okay, keep reworking on a paper. Make sure the work is much more polished and readable in the eyes of the viewers, especially the not the viewers, the readers. So make sure you use grammar perfectly. You can use some tools such as Grammarly, which helps you to check your grammar, your writing style, and use references manager, which is like Zotero and Mentally. Always make sure your references are being cited in the right manner. And one tip that I can give you, for example, if you are going to publish, say in a particular journal such as EPW, that is Economic and Political Weekly, make sure you cite their references to the paper which is aligning to the paper, say 2 3 references, and always use latest references, that is from the year 2000 or after 2010, which shows that your work is still original and it's still being conducted according to the new phases of the new technological changes. This is very important. So generally, another tip that I would give you is, before publishing a paper, always go to a conference and talk about your paper, get all the constructive feedback that you can get. Sometimes, as I said, because my first conference, I remember I was very disheartened. I thought this is the end of the world because I got a very nasty comments. That's okay, because that helps you to improve yourself every minute, and it really helped me, because I was also very new. I don't know, my sample size was small, but later, because of those reviewers, I got published again. The paper got published in another journal. So these are the things that you should not take anything to heart. Of course you will feel disheartened, but make sure you keep working. That is what PhD stands for. PhD stands for persistence, which is very, very important. I hope this video was useful and productive. Thank you. Please like and subscribe my channel. Bye.